Are you able to pass the test? The test that the universe brings you to see if you are able to hold your new self-concept. I do know this, that when you do start this identity work, right, you are going to be tested, and you're going to be tested to ensure that you're serious, you are fully committed to being this new version of yourself, this new higher version of yourself that is inside of you. However, it's the mental junk, it's our paradigm that often stops us from behaving, thinking, feeling, and behaving in a different way. And so for you to embody this new version of yourself, you're going to get demonstrations, and some of them will be easy, and some of them will make you worthy. And of course, the quicker you can pass the test, the quicker you are going to embody this new identity. So a good example is this. I'm going to share a real example of how I have written out my new self-image script. So I've got very clear about this new identity, and I'm on a daily basis throughout the day. I, Tanya, who is here right now, teaching this to you, and welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm Tanya, and I'm all about helping you master your mind so you can master your life. And for those of you who are my loyal followers, thank you for your company again. I've written out it, and now I get to embody her. And a good test I got recently was, as most of you know who are my loyal followers, and thank you so much, I'm on my way to Australia right now, and I've had to close up shop a lot of things here in Las Vegas, and I'm in the process right now of selling my car. I'm still dealing with Sydney and Serafina, the two Siamese cats, paperwork for them to immigrate into Australia. But I'm in the process of selling my car. And at first I put it on Facebook Marketplace. And I have met some, let me just say, interesting characters, very interesting characters. And some have asked for a test drive and some haven't. But I've tested the water. I've really gone ahead and tested the water. Now, the first time I got tested was when I showed up at a local supermarket area. That's where I wanted to be, in a public place, to do the test drive. The prospective buyer didn't even show up, and I was given the gift of practicing detachment and patience, and sitting with the frustration, the feeling of frustration, and allowing it to pass, and then of course revising the situation and getting on with my day. Okay, so I was able to pass that test, and then I made a decision that I'm going to, instead of sit in the boiling sun here in Vegas, it's the hottest part of summer right now, I made a decision to meet various buyers on Zoom first. Now, some were willing, and some put up a royal battle for not meeting on Zoom. But I was able to remain detached and, of course, focus on what I want, being the operant power. And, of course, I organized another Zoom today with a prospective buyer. Didn't show up. And so I love when these demonstrations are sent, because I think it's even Bashar, if you are familiar with his teachings, and he, of course, is a very much similar to Esther Hicks, where he channels from a higher entity. I remember Bashar saying that you have to be different when the same circumstance comes again, crosses your path. And so this time, when this particular person did not show up, I just shifted, I just pivoted, and I said, oh well, rejection's God's protection, your loss, not mine. And I made a decision to leave Facebook Marketplace, take my power back, because I'm living all the time from the end as this higher version of myself. And so I quickly went and asked my higher self, well, what would you do right now in this situation? And I got an inspired idea. Go onto Auto Trader. Go and pay the money and advertise it on a proper site where there are obviously interested buyers. And so that's what I did. And of course, finally, this prospective buyer got back to me 2 hours later. Oh, my day got away with me. Oh, and I was able to redirect her, of course, in a loving way with, oh, you'll find me on Auto Trader. That's where you'll find me. Bye for now. And so I feel, I really love how I was able to handle the situation with dignity and grace, and really from a place of not being bothered, because the car is already sold. I just have to be that version of myself all day long. That concept of certainty, conviction, and authority. And of course, my higher self just refuses to worry or fret or be a petty thinker about these small petty action takers, if that makes sense. So I'd love to hear from you. If this is resonating with you, put it in the comments. I'd love to interact with you so I can get to know you more. I'd love to hear how you might have handled the situation, or maybe you have a situation where you showed up differently and you were so proud of as punch that you had handled yourself differently. So if any of this is resonating with you, please engage with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you are new to my channel, look, I know you have a choice, and you can go and subscribe to so many other fantastic thought leaders on the subject of manifestation. But I would welcome also your subscription, because I'm all about helping the mass, really. The mass, help them learn about the teachings that have been passed on to me by my mentor, the late legendary Mr. Bob Proctor. I really want to pass those on to not just a few, but to many. And your subscription would make a big difference. All right, my darlings, I'll be back. Bye for now.